changing your life one story at a time. This is the Chicken Soup for the Soul podcast with Editor-in-Chief Amy Newmark.
Hey, it's Amy Newmark with your daily dose of Chicken Soup for the Soul inspiration to make you simply happy. It's Thoughtful Thursday, and I want to talk about a woman named T.C. Curry, who wrote a story called The Gratefuls for Chicken Soup for the Soul, The Power of Gratitude. We start out standing with T.C. in a chilly mountain cabin. She is looking at her pantry, and all she sees is one bag of pasta and a jar of mustard. Her stomach is rumbling, and she's crying. She can't believe her life has spiraled so far out of control. T.C.'s husband died, and then she lost all their money to a couple of con artists. So now she's living in a tiny, isolated summer cottage. She's unemployed, and she's 150 miles from her friends. In the space of 2 years, she lost her husband, her car, her condo, 2 storage units holding all of her belongings, and she also lost most of her self-esteem. Now she has a new boyfriend who has lent her a car, but he refuses to help her with any cash because he thinks she needs to get out of this mess herself to feel better. The phone rings, and she learns she has been approved for food stamps. She'll get $200 every 4 weeks for food. That's $7.14 a day, which sounds great to TC. She starts to think that she might make it through. And she thinks about a time she saw Oprah talking about gratitude. Oprah said that every night she'd list 10 things for which she was grateful. TC decides she will start a list too. She will call it her list of gratefuls. And that's what she does. Every night she crawls into bed under a very nice down comforter that she somehow managed to hold on to when she lost everything else. And she writes down 10 things for which she is grateful. She decides to start with the basics. She writes down, I'm glad I can see. I'm grateful I can speak. I'm grateful I can hear. She looks over at the overflowing bookshelves in the cabin. That's free entertainment. She writes down, I'm grateful I have so many books to read. Then she adds to the list, I'm grateful for my dog. Her boyfriend checks in with her by phone every day, and she recites her grateful list to him. And she finds that she is viewing her days now with a new perspective, because all day long, she's looking for wonderful, positive, upbeat things to put on her grateful list. So she writes down the pretty autumn leaves, the fresh mountain air, the beauty that surrounds her, even though she's in this remote and lonely location. And she begins to recover. There's a lot more bad stuff on the horizon, but now she believes she'll make it through. A few months later, she's ready to leave the cabin. She's going to move in with her boyfriend, and she finds that she's putting more than 10 items on her grateful list every day. She gets a job, and it's even in her field of expertise, software. She gets off food stamps. She still has setbacks. Once she has an income again, the IRS freezes her account, and her credit card is denied at the grocery store one day. So she can't pay for food again. But she gets it sorted out quickly. It was just a mistake. But during that time, the grateful list goes just back to basics again, like she can hear, she has working eyes. Then a year later, TC finds she's in good shape emotionally and financially. One day, she is sipping a $5 double vanilla latte at a coffee shop, and she overhears a social worker filling out an intake form with a woman who's in crisis. TC thinks back to her own situation just 1 year earlier, and she pulls all the 20s out of her wallet and she hands them to the woman. TC tells her, I'm sorry, I couldn't help overhearing. A year ago, I was in your situation, but today my life has turned around. I want to tell you there's hope for your future. And I want to give this to you because I can. TC and the woman both have tears in their eyes. And that night, TC's grateful list is very long. Today, TC is financially secure, And she's grateful to her boyfriend for making her find her own way out of the mess she created. Now she believes she can conquer anything that comes along. And she says in her story, "I'm surprised at how quickly people dismiss gratitude, as if it couldn't possibly work." Because TC is sure that she wouldn't have made it without keeping that list. So that's a great message for you, or for anyone you know who's going through a tough time of any kind. If you want to read some more tips for how gratitude can improve your life, please go to our website, chickensoup.com, and look for our Power of Gratitude book. Tomorrow will be all about gratitude as well, because it's Veterans Day. We're going to talk to Dean Miller, who runs a wonderful program to give back to veterans, to thank them for their service and to help them heal from what they've been through. How does Dean do it? Through fly fishing. I'm Amy Newmark. Thanks for listening today. If you'd like to pass on any comments or suggestions, shoot me an email at amy@chickensoupforthesoul.com.